What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer update. And, oh man, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm very frustrated. Very frustrated. This is a feeling that I think Arsenal fans are used to feeling. Being let down by this football club, not building on great opportunities, not signing players that are there for the taking. So the news broke tonight that the Houssem Aouar deal is off. It's come out of numerous sources. We've heard it from Jean-Michel Aulas, who, listen, not everything this guy says is gospel. He said a couple of years ago that Lacazette would not join Arsenal, and a week later we signed him. But that situation was different because they had time to replace the player. We have got 2 days to sort out our problems. And yes, we have got problems, people. Don't get caught up in the emotion or the fact that we won the FA Cup or that we've improved under Mikel Arteta. Yeah, these things are true, but we've got massive weaknesses in our team. Massive weaknesses. We have by far, and I mean by far, one of the worst midfields in the Premier League top half of the table. There is teams in the bottom half of the Premier League with better midfields than us, if you're talking about the middle of the park. Everton addressed their midfield this summer. They signed Doucouré, a player we should have potentially signed for 20 million. They signed Alan from Napoli, a guy who PSG tried to buy last summer for 40 million. They signed James Rodriguez. They are top of the league. They have a better midfield than us. They addressed it in one transfer window. They signed those 3 players in 2 weeks. I keep getting told we're Arsenal, we're this huge, big club. We're not acting like it right now. The fact we had a pretty much free hit at Houssem Aouar. Zidane came out yesterday and said they would love to take him to Madrid. This isn't the summer for Madrid to spend big. They can't do it. He likes the player. Leonardo said PSG like him very much. They can't do it. They have to address other areas, which is why they bought a right back on loan and so on and so on. They can't spend big money. We've got a free hit at a 22-year-old who is one of the best young creative midfielders in Europe, a French international. They want 50 million euros, around 45 million pounds, and Arsenal can't do it. They offered 40 million euros, 35 million pounds. And honestly, do you know what? I feel annoyed for all Arsenal fans tonight. Some people are messaging me on Twitter saying, don't overreact. There's still 2 days to go. I am overreacting because we've been here before. We've seen this. We've seen this story over and over again at Arsenal. When we were supposed to sign Luis Suarez and we signed Lucas Perez, or when we were supposed to sign Gonzalo Higuain and we signed Danny Welbeck. We've seen this story before. We know how this story ends. It doesn't end well. We're being linked with Jorginho. I do not want that guy at Arsenal. He's a right-footed Granit Xhaka, sideways, backwards, slow on the ball. If we sign Jorginho, wow, I'm telling you. This club, honestly, this has got to be the hardest club in English football to support. Seriously, man, they build your hopes up and let you down severely. Severely, man. I feel sorry for all Arsenal fans. The club better have solid alternatives. This is absolutely ridiculous. We'll finish 7th or 8th if no major moves are made. Zero ambition. Thank you, Alexander, for the super chat. Sick of being let down by this club, man. Such a good fan base. Great support. And they let us down. Curtis, are you surprised? No, I'm not. Honestly not. But for some reason, I allow myself to get carried away and hopeful. Yeah, we're going to start, after the international break. We're going to have Aouar and Partey in midfield. We're going to get top 4. More of the dream team, man. Xhaka and El Neni to come. Big up everyone in the chat watching this and supporting and commenting. Curtis, it's an effing joke. Got in late last night from holiday and I'm already depressed. Bro, don't let it get to you, man. Don't let it get to you. The Kroenkes ruined this window, not the club. I agree. I don't think anything changes until these owners leave the football club. Embarrassing. Can we negotiate our season ticket prices? So pay the money for the players. I mean, do you know how much the fans spend on this club? We are paying more for a football ticket than any other club in Europe. It is cheaper to watch Bayern Munich, the champions of Europe, than it is to watch Arsenal. And look at the nonsense we're being fed. Enjoy your show, Curtis. Thanks a lot, Stephen, man. I just feel let down. Big up Stephen Atkins, man. They mess up every window. I'm sick of this club. Seriously, man. We deserve better than this. I'm sorry. We deserve better. This is not good enough. Curtis, do you think the board is a joke? From long time, the board. From long time, this board, man. I mean, let's be honest, right? People saying Kroenke out, man, for a long time. Is this the Kroenke's fault? Is this Edu's fault? Is this Arteta's fault? Where's the problem? Are they giving them the money and they can't get the deal done? I don't really understand what's going off. Oh, my days. So frustrated. Let's take a quick look at this, right? Briefly, let me have a look at this. This is the Arsenal squad that we think we're going to get top four with this squad. Let's look at the goalkeepers quickly. Bernd Leno, fair enough, good goalkeeper. Matt Macey's been at the club for years and just, I don't know what he's at the club for. Is he the mascot? I don't know what he's there for. Renarsson, I don't want to make a judgment of him, but we've certainly downgraded from Martinez. Hector Bellerin, for me, I think he's done. I think we should have got rid of him. Not good enough anymore. Tierney's good. Bit of an injury problem, but I rate him. Play him left back, not centre back. Saliba. We waited a year for him to come to the club. Apparently, he's had a lot of personal problems. I was so excited to watch this guy this season. They're talking about loaning him out. I'm really disappointed with that. Obviously, if there's personal issues there, I can't make a judgment of that, but I'm disappointed. Socrates, washed up. We can't get rid of him. Rob Holding, overrated. Gives you one good game, then one bad one. Kolasinac, one of the worst defenders I've seen at Arsenal. 100 grand a week. Can't get rid of him. David Luiz, we signed him at the back end of his career and he's on 100 grand a week. Callum Chambers, I would sell him as well. Mustafi, we can't give him away. We've been trying to sell him for 2 years. Gabriel, best defender at the club with Tierney. We left him out at Anfield, biggest game of the season. This guy right here, playing Fortnite every night, picking up 350k a week. You either sell him or you play him. But no, Arsenal, we're just in between. Torreira. People raved about him when we signed him. 25 million we paid for him. We are loaning him to Atletico Madrid for a year with no obligation to buy him, which means in a year, Atletico Madrid can just say, have him back. Yeah, we don't want him. If he gets injured, if he plays bad, you lot have him back. We haven't even got Partey as part of that deal. So they're taking something from us and we're not getting anything. Who is doing these deals? Please tell me. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, what position does he play? Is he a wing back? Is he a right back? Is he a centre midfielder? He's okay in all of them without being great in any of them. El Neni, terrible. I'm sorry, he came back after 2 poor years at the club, had a couple good games. People started raving about him. He is not good enough. He would struggle to get into bottom half of the table Premier League teams. Willock, no end product, runs around like a headless chicken, doesn't deliver at the end. Guendouzi, like a naughty school kid. He's actually a half-decent young player. French international, we can't sell him. What's happening with him? 2 days left. Is he going to end up coming back into the team after being left out? Smith Rowe goes on loan for a year, comes back. Everyone's expecting him to play. Doesn't look like he's involved. I believe he's injured. But seems like Arteta's not feeling him. Xhaka, overhyped. Don't get why he's rated. You saw at Anfield on Monday, when they press him, he's not good enough. Should have been sold a year ago, at least. But, you know, he's still at the club. Saka, hyped about, did great, signed a new contract, got dropped. Don't get it. Why is he not in the team? Ceballos, still undecided on him. He's clearly got talent. He's better than Xhaka and El Neni, but I need to see more. Lacazette missed a big chance against Liverpool. He started the season well, 3-3, but that chance was painful. Eddie Nketiah, for me, not good enough. Nothing more than a super sub. I would actually loan him out. I don't think he's strong enough. I don't think he's Arsenal standard. The same could be said for Reece. Weak, not enough end product. Has got talent, but I don't see him good enough. Pepe, underperforming massively overall. I don't think Arteta's managing him right, and I think that he needs to get more out of him. He has to. He's 72 million. This could be his last season at the club if it don't work. It has to work. Martinelli injured. We need him back. Willian, I thought when we signed him, he would play number 10 and Pepe would be on the right. We're playing him ahead of Pepe on the right. I don't like that. That for me is not the one. Aubameyang, along with Leno and probably Gabriel and Tierney, they're the only players at the club I look at and I think they're at the level we need. They're good enough. That is our squad, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, that squad is not good enough. That squad is not good enough. I'm sorry. We have to be honest right now. I'm seeing Everton tear teams to bits. To bits, mate. Absolutely rip teams up. Now, there's some people in the comments, and I get it. They'll say, you're too negative. Trust the process. I get all that. Support is one thing, but let's be realistic now, right? There's a difference between support and being delusional to what is going on. The balance is somewhere in between, and that's where I am right now. I'm not just hammering them, and I'm not overly positive. I have to be honest with where we are, right? This is not good enough, what is going off. Pepe is still not adapting. He's not. He's not. What is the problem? Is it the manager? Is it him? £72 million. We have to see more. We have to see more. Because this isn't good enough. This comment here, bro. How many times have you heard that comment this summer? How many times? It's become a gimmick. Big up my boy, Smithy, man. What are you telling me, bro? Where's your comment gone? Oh, it's gone off, man. Loads of comments at the moment. Big up everyone in the comments. I got carried away. Told you I ain't buying the shirt unless I see signings. Bro, we went Fulham first game of the season, battered them. I went out and bought the away and the home shirt. If I had the receipts, I'd take them back. You know what I mean? Well, if I hadn't wore them, I'd take them back. I have got the receipts, but this isn't good enough. Who can we sign? Give me alternatives. Give me alternative. You know, our deal looks like it's off. Now, people are still saying we still might get him. You know, maybe Lyon are just doing this to apply pressure to us. But Aouar's been named in the squad for the game tomorrow. If you were selling a player this weekend, you would not play him tomorrow. You just wouldn't. You would not play him. You wouldn't risk him getting injured. They've had the meeting. They've said the bids aren't there. Arsenal haven't offered enough. They haven't left enough time to replace him. It's not happening. Do you think you'll sign anyone before the end of the window? I think we will. I don't think he'll be someone that that we really want. So has Partey. The difference with Partey is he has a release clause. We could activate that at the very last minute. If we, you know, I don't think we're savvy enough to do that. And I don't think the money's there. But, you know, we could, you know, there could be 5 hours left on deadline day. We could just pay the release clause. Atletico can't do anything about it. With Lyon, we effectively need to negotiate with them because, you know, there's no release clause on Aouar. So I'm not even sure that Aouar or Partey by themselves was enough. I think we needed both of them. I don't think one of them would have solved the problem. I think we needed the power of Thomas Partey and we needed the creativity of Aouar. Yeah, this guy, I can never say this guy's name right. Is it Sabosley or something? But yeah, good player, but please not Jorginho. We don't need that penalty-taking kangaroo at our club, man. Another sideways and backwards player. Our club robbers on season ticket prices, feed us lies and bullshit, Curtis. I'm so mad with this club. Fans have got every right to complain. Some of you in the comments now saying, oh, you're being negative. How do you want me to be, man? How do you feel as an Arsenal fan right now? Do you trust them? Do you trust this club to make the right decisions? Curtis, Everton fixed an entire midfield using 40 million. Come on, man. Arsenal could sign Coutinho. He's been playing, though, for Barca. I don't think that's going to happen. Come on, man. That Arteta will go when Pep leaves and we'll be sitting in 10th complaining about Kroenke. Oh, my days. Get this guy out of the club, man. He's destroying us. He is destroying us. We take one step forward and 2 steps back. Leeds playing better football. It's no lie. It's no lie. I'm taking a break. Don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I've never heard the voice of Kroenke. Never. I've seen his wig on his head. I've never heard him. He don't care. This is the comment. Listen, negative or realistic. Now, let me tell you something, because some people are in the comments having a go. Oh, man, saying you guys are always complaining. We got a right to complain. We've got a right to complain. This is where we are right now as a football club. We're in a mess. We are in a mess. Kroenke's poison until he leaves the club with nothing. We pay the high season ticket prices in Europe. We saw our best players leave year after year after year because we were paying off the stadium. Yet Tottenham just built a new stadium that cost more than ours, and I don't see them selling Harry Kane or Heung-min Son or anyone like that. They're actually adding to that with Bale and these guys, yeah? We know we can't stand them, but we have to be honest with what other teams are doing. Let's not be deluded about it. We need to know where we're at. We've been overtaken by Leicester. They finished above us last season. They just smashed Manchester City at their own ground. Do you think Arsenal could go Man City and beat them and score 5? I don't think so, right? Liverpool just dealt with us. Man United are signing players. They will buy players before the window closes. Chelsea have spent nearly 200 million. They're being linked with Thomas Partey, a guy we've chased for 6 months. What do you think Chelsea will do? They'll just pay the money straight away. What, 45 mil? Yeah, we'll pay that. No problem. Arsenal out here messing around. I feel like as a football club, they're just ripping off the fans. I don't care what anyone says. This owner does not care about the fans. Not one bit. Be excited. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's a gimmick. It's another gimmick. Trust the process. Be excited. It's all a gimmick. Trust the process, they say. I look at Everton and I see a process. Ancelotti is doing bits. He's doing hella bits. I'm done with this club. Couldn't care less anymore. We're being ripped off. Our main target should be Kroenke out. Our fan base is so divided. It has been for years. Wenger in, Wenger out. Ozil in, Ozil out. Xhaka and all these players they always argue about. How about coming together, recognising that we all want the best for the football club? Some people are saying, oh, you're moaning, but why shouldn't I moan? Do you know how much I pay for the season ticket to go and watch these games? Obviously, we can't go and watch these games no more. We got every right to complain because when we win, guess what? We celebrate. We enjoy it. We compliment them. Look how much Arteta's been praised since he came to the club. We give credit where credit's due. Does Aubameyang get credit from the fans? Yes, he does. Leno, Tierney, these guys get complimented when they earn the right. So you can't say don't be negative. This is a negative situation. Who have we sold? Who have we sold this summer? The one player we actually sold this summer is a player we really didn't want to get rid of, in Emi Martinez. Ideally, we would have kept him and Leno. We used the squad to win 2 cups. Trust the players. That FA Cup win covered up the cracks. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm delighted we won it. But this window's been shocking. Bro, you got to be honest. Arsenal have had a shocking window. Other than getting Gabriel and Aubameyang, no ins or outs. Kroenke's a multi-billionaire. All we need is 100 million from him. Bruv, listen. This summer, we signed Willian from Chelsea on a free transfer. 32 years of age. Decent squad player. He's not going to pull up trees, is he? He's not going to win us a title, get us back in the top 4. He's just a decent addition to the squad. We signed Gabriel, who I think is going to be a top player at Arsenal. Honestly, I see so much quality in him. Apart from the fact our manager didn't pick him at Anfield in the league game, which I don't get. Apart from that, we've done nothing. We've spent £25 million this summer on the back of finishing 8th in the Premier League. We sold Emi Martinez for 20 million. 17 plus 3 million in add-ons. 20 million. We sold Sam Greenwood to Leeds for 3 million. We've had a net spend of £2 million this summer. We finished 8th. 8th in the Premier League last season. Everton have spent money and fixed their midfield. Everton look better than us. If you was a betting man right now, you'd say Everton will finish above Arsenal. There's no reason they can't, because they address their problems. They've got a top manager and they spent money. They got absolute bargains in this market. Decore for £20 million. How long till he's in the French squad? Because he'll get called up by France. That guy is quality, bruv. Alan, James Rodriguez, ballers. Why did they appoint Mikel Arteta? Tell me why they appointed Mikel Arteta. Because I believe they appointed Mikel Arteta, not because he's a great coach. I'm not saying he's not, because I think he is a decent coach. They appointed Mikel Arteta because they knew they could control him. They knew Mikel Arteta could not make huge demands. How can you, bruv? You've never been a manager. You've never been a manager. How can you come and knock on my door and ask for 100 million to spend when you've never been a manager? Arteta's got to take whatever he's given, right? And this is what's happening now. Arteta's got to do whatever he's told. It's not his fault. He's never been a manager. He's not getting backed and they're letting him down. This is what happens, right? I didn't want necessarily Mourinho because I felt like Mourinho would, be this amazing manager. I felt like we needed someone to shake the place up. Someone who go to the board and make demands, and you better listen because I'm a big boy manager. You can't fix this Arsenal team without finances. It needs money. It needs investment. Chelsea finished 4th and spent 200 million. How can we finish 8th and spend 25 million and expect to bridge that gap? Forget the teams in front of us that we're chasing. Let's look at the teams behind us who are chasing us. They're looking at us going, 2 or 3 more signings, you can get past Arsenal. It's not a joke no more. I'm telling you. It's not a joke. I honestly think Arteta is at fault now. He shouldn't have said that he was being supported. Bruv, listen, if you go into a job, right, and they're paying your mortgage and you get interviewed, you ain't going to criticise them, are you? You're going to defend them. Arteta's on, what, £3-4 million a year? Is he going to come out and say, do you know what, bruv, this board aren't backing me? It's not going to, is he? Only a certain type of manager would make those comments. An established giant would make those comments because he's going to say, you're not making me look like a fool. Come on. We need to start waking up, people. Honestly, our club is suffering. Big up Ted Watts, man. Hit the like button, people. 1,200 people in the chat, only 200 likes. Come on, people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Surely we can get more than 200 likes. There's over 1,300 of you in the chat. Talk to me, man. Let me know in the comments. What are you thinking? Am I being overreactive? Tell me, man. Because some people are saying I'm being negative. And why am I overreacting? There's 2 days left. Do you expect Arsenal to sell 3-4 players before the window shuts and bring in 2? I don't see it happening. We'll hit the panic button on deadline day and sign a Jorginho or a Diawara or someone like that. Curtis, who do you think will sign now realistically with 2 days to go? Bro, honestly, I don't know. I can't see where we're going with this. Jorginho on loan. Can you imagine a midfield of Jorginho and Granit Xhaka? I don't know. And El Neni. What the hell? El Neni and Xhaka sideways in our midfield stand out. We're shocking, Curtis. Banter FC. Do you know why it bothers me so much? Because you can see that we're not far away from where we need to be. If you put Aouar and Partey in our team, I'm confident we could get top 4. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to see a right back. When I see Semedo at Wolves or Max Aarons being linked with Barcelona, I look and I think, why did we not go for players like that? You're positive if you want the best for your club. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all it's about. We want the best for this football club. Every one of you guys who is an Arsenal fan, a lot of non-Arsenal fans in the chat, whoever you support, you want the best for your club. Am I wrong for wanting the best for my club and our club? I'm sick of seeing this. Aren't you guys annoyed after all these years? I keep hearing that we're going to change and, the board are backing Arteta and we're going to do this and that. We need to wake up. he's not being backed sufficiently, but he knew this. He knew this. Unfollow Arsenal, don't buy the shirts, pay for the tickets. Don't pay for the ticket. I don't know if that's enough. Tottenham has had the best transfer window. Bruv, they built a new stadium that cost more than ours. They hired Jose, gave him £15 million a season, right? When you think Arteta's on 3 or 4, Mourinho's on 15, they've signed Bale, they've signed a left back, a right back, a centre midfielder, and a striker. Proactive. Address what your problem is and fix it. We're going to panic buy at the end of... If Arsenal go to a club now with 2 days to go and go, I want that player, and he's worth 30 million, the club will go, bruv, you got 2 days left. Who am I meant to buy? Give me 55 million for him. And we ain't going to pay it. And then the deal's off. Most teams have done their business. We're still here. We've got a lot of business left to do. To me, we could do with a right back. Our centre midfield is woeful. Absolutely woeful. How do we fix it? How do we fix it? If this Aouar deal is off, which it looks like it is, then this is what needs to happen. We need a Partey. We might need an actual Partey as well, just to, get over this madness. Go and activate that release clause. But the problem is, this deal is probably even more difficult than the Aouar one, because Aouar could have been paid in installments over a certain amount of time. Partey, you have to pay the majority of that fee up front. How can Arsenal pay 45 million up front? I don't see them doing it. I just don't think they can afford it. And this is the problem. I hope you guys don't think I'm being overly negative. I feel so disappointed with the club. After the FA Cup win, I felt like we were moving. And now I feel like we've gone backwards. Yo, my brother, you are not being negative. I'm wondering why nothing is coming in or out. Definitely need 2 or 3 players. Left wing, right back, CDM, Zaha, Partey, and there you go, man. I would still take Zaha. Big up Zayn with a super chat. He said, toilet seat was the best signing of the season regarding Spurs. Oh, my days. What are we doing here? What are we doing, Zayn? Where's the ambition of our football club? I mean, it's painful. Same old Arsenal. Do you think Aubameyang stayed for the bag, or did the board lie to him about signings? I mean, do you know what? We had this discussion. I was thinking, surely, if you've convinced Aubameyang to sign a new contract and give you the back end of his career, they must have said to him, we're going to make signings, bruv. You know what I mean? We're going to make signings before this window closes. He must be sitting there now thinking, yo, where's the signings, bruv? I can't score goals this season with that midfield. You ain't even going to get the ball to me, bro. You saw us at Anfield on Monday in the league game. Starving. What we want, Aouar, Partey. What we get, Jorginho and Oscar. I can't believe we're being linked with Oscar. I mean, is it 2015 or have we gone in a time machine? It's like Edu, can he not get players unless they're from Brazil? I don't understand what's going on. Very Scouse Mike said COVID hasn't affected anyone but us, apparently. Do you know what I'm saying? COVID has ruined... Everton spending all this money. Everton. They're half the size of Arsenal. They give Aubameyang the same BS they give us. Aubameyang must be furious. He has to be. He has to be. If I'm Aubameyang right now, I'm fuming with what's going off. Where are the signings? Before the window, I had hopes for top 4 now, and I can only see us pushing for 6th at best. Big up tip top for the super chat. Thank you very much. Chelsea have had the best transfer window. I think time will tell. Can they all click? Cavani to United. Yeah, I just saw that earlier. Edison Cavani to Man United on a free. It's an interesting one. A bit of a panic buy. Maybe it'll be all right for a year for them. But to be honest, I'm more interested in us, man, and what we're not doing. Imagine Aubameyang signed a contract to play with El Neni or even Jorginho. He must be fuming. The transfer ban helped Chelsea, maybe. Curtis, to be honest, what pees me off the most is what we didn't get rid of, the dross. At least he had removed the Mustafi, etc. I wouldn't have been this angry. And to be honest, that's probably held us back, to be honest, from making new signings. The wage bill is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Aubameyang signed a new contract. Gabriel's coming. Willian's coming on big money. Saka signed a new deal. Who have we sold? Who have we actually sold? We got rid of Mkhitaryan on a free. We sold Emi Martinez, who was on low wages, and we didn't want to sell him anyway. And that's about it. Torreira's about to go on loan with no obligation to buy. So in a year, if he's rubbish, they'll send him back. Awful. Where do we go from here? Right, come on. Let me not be overly, let's find a solution. If Aouar's off, who do we buy? Creative midfielder. Who can we get? Or can we stick with Ceballos as the creative midfielder along with a powerhouse? Let's go with solutions. We've won 4 out of 5 of our first. We've won 4 out of our first 5, and we're moving negative. Don't you just hate our owners? Build on it. The owners should be building on it. Instead, they're leaving us. Bro, I will not take Jorginho to Arsenal. He's good at penalties, but he's not a good player. For me, we have to get Partey and Zaha. I'd love Partey and Zaha, honestly. I would love them too. Ben Rama. I'm still not sure if he's Arsenal level, but he is a good player. The owners just won't take the steps to help us. They are delusional. They will expect Arteta to make Champions League without helping him. Yeah, I could see that. I could see him saying, you know what, bro? You've had a decent start. Go with what you've got. Bro, I've just had enough of this club. Yeah, Ozil. Bro, Ozil will still be there when that window closes on Monday. Arteta and the fans are being thrown under the bus by the board. It's a disgrace. But Ozil, he knew what a new signing. Listen, I said this from time. Ozil won't kick a ball for Arsenal till the window closes. As soon as that window closes, 11 p.m, Monday night, Ozil will be back involved. I'm sure of it. They've left him out to try and get rid of him. And they can't get rid of him. They can't. We can't just buy a player for a penalty. And the thing is, once he misses a penalty doing that stupid kangaroo run-up, in fact, didn't he miss a penalty against Liverpool earlier in the season? Oh, my days. Mate, I wish this was true. The owners are probably selling soon. They're milking the financial cash cow, bruv. They ain't selling Arsenal. Kolasinac might get sold for 10, 11 million, so that might fund that Aouar deal. Alas just wants the money. I can't see it. I cannot see it, honestly. I don't think it will happen. I suppose the only thing that could give us help is, the fact that Lyon have already signed a potential replacement. So maybe they could sell him at the last minute. Isn't it that kangaroo run-up? Bloody Jorginho. Jorginho's rubbish, man. I don't want him anywhere near Arsenal. I don't even rate that guy. I would have rather took Ross Barkley than Jorginho, and that's saying something. We should go by Campbell from Norwich. He's not a bad player. Again, not sure he's the level required. Draxler is linked with Arsenal. Again, 5 years ago maybe. Jorginho is pants. I don't want him at the club. I do not want him. Kroenke out, or we right. How do you get him out, bro? I've suggested this so many times. How do you get Kroenke out of the club? He doesn't come to the ground, right? How do you communicate? How do you hit them? You can't boycott the games because we can't go anyway. How do you force them? We kind of forced Wenger out of the club with a protest, with the banners, not going to the ground, leaving seats empty. How do you get Stan Kroenke out of Arsenal? That's the question. Triniguna, bless up, Kurt. It's always great show. Simple. Arsenal need to get owners who are passionate about football, not just the pound. Hence, I started free Arsenal Kroenke out movement. Get Dangote. I think Dangote is a bit of a talker and not much action, man. Barkley is a flop. Yeah, he definitely didn't do great at Chelsea. Look at Chelsea, who they signed, and they may still go and get Rice or Partey. We have not made. Kroenke's are financing the American football team with Arsenal's cash. Do you guys realise that Stan Kroenke has built a stadium for $5.5 billion. Absolutely huge stadium. It's cost him an absolute fortune to get that done. The stadium is, like they're saying, one of the biggest in the world. They had to knock down housing estates, all sorts to build that. We need what, 90 million? 45 million pounds for Aouar, 45 million pounds for Partey, midfield sorted. You ain't got to buy a midfielder for another 3-4 years if you do that. Like Everton, addressed it in one window, leave it alone. You fixed it. Look at Everton now. Their attack is thriving. Their midfield is thriving. They're signing defenders now as well. They could do with a keeper as well after seeing Pickford's mistake today. But what are we doing? We signed 2 defenders, right, this summer. Well, one of them arrived this summer after signing him the year before. Saliba. Hasn't played. We're finding out he's got problems off the pitch, which is difficult for me to comment on. So it's sad that he's not involved. I really hope he doesn't get loaned out. And then you've got Gabriel, who to me looks like our best player in defence, along with Tierney, and we leave him out at Anfield. Crazy. And then the midfield, we haven't even touched it. And our midfield, shocking. Big up Amar Nail for the super chat. He said, Alaba has problems with Bayern, doesn't seem to be happy with how the club treated him in terms of negotiating a new contract. We should get him now. Alaba. How old is Alaba though? 30 now? 32? 31? Good player. I remain positive and hope that the fan pressure will make us pay the Partey release clause. Don't stop. Let's pile the pressure. They deserve pressure. These owners deserve pressure. We shouldn't be accepting this again. Jorginho is a baller. It didn't work with Frank for him, but he's a baller. I don't think he is a baller in the Premier League. I honestly don't. I think maybe in the Italian league, not in the Prem. I don't think he's that guy. It's like Rodri at Man City, man. Very good player in Spain. In England, not great. Get Santi on a 1-year deal. Man, he's chilling. He's playing in Qatar, and I think Xavi's the manager. Bro, if we don't get Aouar and Partey, who would you want at the midfielder? Name 4 players. Bro, I'm struggling to name 4 players. I like Samare. I think he plays for... Who does he play for? Lille? I like him. I think he's a good player. There's not many others. Honestly, I can't tell you many others, which is why I'm so frustrated. With the fact that we're missing out on Aouar and Partey. You guys probably got better options than me. Diawara, last option. See, I'm not a massive fan of Diawara. Maybe I've misjudged him. Coutinho, yeah. Oh, man, I wish this was the real Stan Kroenke. We'd have some words to say for this brother right now. I would have loved Coutinho at Arsenal, man, but I feel like that door's closed, unfortunately, man. Yeah, Samari from Lille. I would like him. Play Ceballos. I mean, I think you could play Samari next to Ceballos with Willian in front of them in the 10. Then the front 3 of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe. I think that's even a much better midfield than this. Alaba's 27. Oh, my God. I would have never... I honestly thought Alaba was in his 30s. Alaba is 27 years of age. How? Yeah. 24th of June. He's just turned 28, it says, in June. Wow. I would definitely take him. Where would you play him? I mean, I've seen him. He used to be a left back. Then he played centre back. I think he's even played CDM before. Guendouzi will be back in the team soon, I think. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Because they probably can't sell him. Hi, Kurt. It's got a friend of mine in Madrid telling me that Partey deal will go through and Arsenal are working on it as we speak. Big up from Amsterdam. Thanks for your comment, brother. And I hope you're right. You're giving me optimism. What do you think of Emi Buendia from Norwich? Might be the best we can get right now. Not a bad player. I'm really surprised no one's gone for him. Yeah, Alaba's 28. I'm shocked. I mean, listen, what do you guys make of Torreira going to Atletico Madrid on loan with no obligation to buy him? Surely you've got to say to Atletico, bro, if you're taking him on loan, you have to buy him next summer for 20-odd million. You can't just send him back. Surely we're getting Partey. This is all I can think. Why would we do a deal with Atletico Madrid knowing we desperately want a player off them? We have to be getting Partey, man. Please, Just announced Partey on Monday. Monday, by the way, I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 live streams on Monday. Transfer window closes. I'll be doing one probably from the Emirates, depending on the weather. A lot of rain over here in England at the moment. And we know we're going to do loads of content. So keep it locked on Monday. Reactions to anything, signings, anyone gets sold, we're going live straight away. I'm going to get guests on. We're going in on Monday because I need to see some action. Big up for the super chat. It said third richest owner in the Premier League and 10 mil net spend. Embarrassing. Samara and Lorenzo Pellegrini or Ismail Benazza. I mean, Samara would be good. Benazza, didn't he used to play for Arsenal, right? 1.7k in the chat. Smash the like button. Hey, the support on this video and in general for this channel, you guys are amazing, man. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, man, subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a live watch along of the game tomorrow. Arsenal against Sheffield United. And I tell you, they better win that game tomorrow because there's going to be a serious reaction from Arsenal fans if we don't win that. Mr. Curtis, Arsenal just toying with us as usual. This is pure finesse of the Arsenal fans. I'm fuming. Trust me, man, we're being treated bad. Atletico have mugged us off. Just shows how weak at negotiating we are. So bad. Ericsson, I think he'll be at Inter for at least another year before he moves. Torreira's loan makes no sense. None. If they had to buy him next summer for 20-odd million, cool, I'll take it. But to just say they can send him back is mad. Edu needs to be sacked. Questions need to be answered. You know, is it his fault? Is it the owners? Thoughts on Cavani at United? I think for a year he might bag a few, but he's 33. So whether he adjusts to the speed of the Premier League, if United get speed around him and create chances, I think he'll score a few goals. He's got great movement, but it's whether he can cope with the Premier League. Will he be another Falcao? Matías Pereira should be if we can't get Aouar. Good player. We loaned Torreira for nothing. I mean, come on, like Isco, Partey, Zaha. Do you know what? I heard that link to Isco the other day as well, but Samare, Ceballos, and Partey would be class. It would. Can you see it happening? Torreira left because we needed quick cash, 11 million straight away with the option of 13 at the end of the season. If we don't get Partey, we have failed altogether. Big time. I mean, bro, I just see Liverpool sell Ryan Brewster for 23 million. I don't think this guy scored a goal in the Premier League. 23 million pounds. We can't sell man like Guendouzi, French international, for 20 million. It's crazy, bro. Big up, Curtis. Could Pepe role be more effective as an attacking midfielder? Possibly. Maybe in the 10 role. They've got to do something. They've got to do something with Nicolas Pepe. There's no way that he can just continue like this. Curtis, is it safe to say Arteta is a muppet by keeping quiet regarding transfers? He's gonna protect his job, bruv. That's how it goes. He's not going to risk digging out the board at this stage in his career as a manager, unfortunately. We believe in you fans in England. I'm from India, and so are some other helpless Arsenal fans who can't protest against Kroenke. Please, if it's our last hope Thomas Partey doesn't happen, we revolt. I'm telling you, the fans have to really do something if this window goes like this, because this is not acceptable. Who's worse, Unai or Kroenke? It's got to be Kroenke. Now, listen, I'm going to say this. Stan Kroenke, right, although he messed up big time at the end of the season that year, right? He messed up. He wasn't back sufficiently. You know, he came fifth, got to the Europa League final. It was a failure in the end. But let's face it, we haven't finished fifth since. We've gone low. We haven't made the Europa League final apart from the year he was in charge for the full season. Now, he let us down at the end of that season. We all know that Kroenke should have got top four. You know, he underestimated Palace at home and Brighton, and we should have got top four, and he relied on the Europa League final because he thought he was an expert because he's won it 3 times. But he wasn't back sufficiently. He wanted Partey. He wanted Fabinho. He wanted Zaha. You know, he got Torreira. He got Pepe. He didn't get the players he wanted. So you can't compare Unai to Kroenke, mate. Kroenke is, you know, a next level. If Arteta had balls, he would play reserves until he's backed. He's got leverage. They won't sack him. The players wouldn't play for another manager. Possibly, but I don't know if he's about that life, man. Brewster never played in the league. 23 million. A man are telling me this guy never played in the league. And we can't sell established internationals. Unai identified targets and was given alternatives. There you go. There you go. Golovin for Aouar. That Golovin, yeah, we were linked with him before. I think he's at Monaco now, right? I mean, have you guys got any hope that maybe we can still get Houssem Aouar? You know, maybe we can still get him. Maybe they're just playing mind games over there at Lyon and trying to force us. But I just look at the fact he's in the squad tomorrow. If he was selling him, I don't think he would be playing tomorrow. He just wouldn't risk it because that Lyon chairman's about his money, man. If he thought there was a deal there to be done and he needed the cash, he wouldn't play him. He would not play him. He just wouldn't risk it. What's your opinion about Isco for Aouar? Bro, right now, I'd take him. You know, there's a lot of players that I wouldn't usually take. I'd take them because I can't accept what we've got right now in midfield. It's not good enough. We haven't even sold the flops. You know, the man at the club, you just can't get rid of. Like, how many more years are we going to have Kolasinac and Mustafi and Socrates and all these men? How have we not shifted none of them? Yet all these clubs are moving man on, just shifting them, you know? Unai wanted Manolas, but he got Socrates. Say no more. Cantwell for Aouar. I'm still not sure if Cantwell is levels, you know. He is decent, but yeah, I don't know. These Kroenkes are they're holding us back. They are absolutely making us suffer right now, and I don't know how we deal with it. I mean, we've got Sheffield United tomorrow. I'll be doing a live watch along for that, so make sure you tune in for that. I just feel like we've been let down severely by this football club. It's unbelievable. ESPN reporting right now. ESPN report. Mikel Arteta is now desperate to secure a loan deal for Jorginho before the transfer window closes on Monday. Aouar was the club's priority this summer, ahead of Atletico's Thomas Partey, but Lyon wanted 60 million euros for the player. Arsenal could only afford to pay 40 million euros. Sources have told ESPN Chelsea would be reluctant to allow Jorginho to go without signing another midfielder. But Lampard recognises the squad is bloated and may have to shift players before Monday. Can you imagine? Because I saw a link yesterday that Partey was being linked with Chelsea. Can you imagine if Chelsea signed Partey and loan us Jorginho? Honestly, at that point, the channel changes. I'll do something else. I'll just stream FIFA. I'll play FIFA 21. I got FIFA 21 today. I'll stream that. I can't do that. If Chelsea sign Partey and give us, if Chelsea are willing to give us Jorginho on loan, what does that say about their opinion of Jorginho? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We're turning into Chelsea's like little side dish. Yeah, man, take the leftovers. You know, you got a little food left on your plate and you're full. Yeah, man, go and eat that, man. We don't want it. We better fix up. What are your thoughts on the links to Oscar on loan? I mean, like I said, man, Oscar, bruv, come on. This ain't 2015-16. On loan as well. Like, have we only got Brazilians? Like, can Edu only get Brazilians to sign for us? Got to say, Jorginho dictated the game very, very impressively today. Penalties assigned. Seems a real leader. But yeah, not over Partey. I don't want nothing to do with Jorginho. Don't rate him. Right-footed jacker to me. And a kangaroo penalty. I don't want nothing to do with that penalty either because I can just see that penalty going wrong in an Arsenal shirt. You already know, innit? He's going to be at the Emirates, bouncing around like a kangaroo. The keeper will go the right way and he'll miss it. Fan base will turn on him instantly. They'll just look at him as a Chelsea agent who's come in to ruin us. That will not work, bruv. You can't sign Jorginho. Why didn't we buy Zaha? It's a question I've been asking for about a year. Why didn't we buy Zaha? I don't get it. Come on, Arsenal, sign Partey. Please, man, come on. Come on, £45 million, just pay that. Pay that. But they're saying here that we wanted Aouar over Partey. To me, that tells me that Arsenal couldn't afford the Partey deal. I think that deal was possibly too expensive. The fact we're out here begging Chelsea for Jorginho on loan, I'm sorry, but we can't classify ourselves a big club if we're moving like that. You can't, bruv. I'm telling you, it's like a man saying, "Yo, bro, I'm rich, I'm rich, but yo, give me 20p, man." And you say, "Yo, bro, I thought you was rich." Come on, like, we're meant to be this big club. The two things I can't hear right now is trust the process and this one. Be excited. They're two things we can't hear right now. No Aouar, no Partey, man. From Jamaica, they sell Torreira, don't play Guendouzi, and so we are left with Xhaka, Elneny, Willock, and the reserve team players. Time for you guys in England to revolt. It is. We became Poundland. Jeez. I'm not even sure if we're Poundland. I think we're cheaper than that. Zakaria and Gladbach. A few people have mentioned him. The thing is, these clubs aren't just going to hand out these players. They ain't going to just hand them out because the window's closing. Do you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on the Mesut Ozil and Guendouzi situation? They'll play for Arsenal this season. I am shocked if we move any one of them before Monday's window. I'm shocked. And I think we need to look at it. It's hard to just bring them out of the cold and bring them back in. Bro, why are you wearing your hood? Bro, I'm in stealth mode right now. Sometimes, even in my house, I have the hood up. Just chilling in the yard, innit? Hood up. I'm vexed right now, so I'm coming on in stealth mode, man. You know what I mean? What about Felipe Anderson? I mean, he's a winger. He's decent a year or two ago. Right now, I don't know, man. Buy Dembele, bruv. Come on, man. We ain't got that kind of dough, bruv. We're broke. We have mismanaged our money now. It's showing 100%. The money has been wasted so much. Curtis Kroenke out is proposing another plane to be flown over the Emirates. We have to stand up as fans, can't be walkovers. I hope they do one tomorrow. Honestly, I hope they do one. Morgan Sanson. I don't know much about him, man. I've had him on FIFA a few times, but I don't know much about him. What about Ben Rama? I think we could have got him, but I don't think the club really wanted him. Palace being linked with him. Stealth mode, bruv, I'm telling you. When I'm vexed like this, I might have to move stealth. Club's mugging us off, bruv. Buying all this training kit and everything. I'm protesting with Turkish, bro, I'm telling you. Big up Turkish, man. He saw this as well. It's AFTV Fabrizio said Arsenal are still in for Aouar. Well, he did an interview with Robbie. I'm not sure if they recorded that today or not, but it came out today. And he said we are still interested, but he has since tweeted that the deal is no longer happening. So that interview was a lot earlier than this news that came out from Lyon later this afternoon. So I wouldn't get your hopes up on that, bro. I would not get your hopes up on that. Get your head around Jorginho. My bro, I told you the only way to visit that Lia V9 and show actions, United got Bruno because of the Woodward attack. Oh man, I can't back that one, man. I can't back that one. I hear what you're saying, but I can't back that. We can't move like that. Arteta is out of his depth. Sold Martinez, didn't prioritise Partey, and now Jorginho as our replacement. Listen, if he signs Jorginho, I'm sorry, I'm asking big questions of this manager because let's get this straight. This guy is a Arteta signing. Arteta was involved in Manchester City wanting to sign him when he was at Napoli. Manchester City had a deal agreed for Jorginho, and he changed his mind at the last minute and went with Sarri from Napoli to Chelsea. So Arteta clearly likes Jorginho. I'm sorry, Jorginho is not good enough. He is not good enough. I don't know what you guys think. I don't want nothing to do with that penalty-taking kangaroo. I don't want him at Arsenal. Curtis, the channel is flying, man. Loving Loving watching the growth for you, bro. Down to your insight. All the best, man. I appreciate that, John. Big up all you guys for the support, man. Your support on this channel is amazing. I love doing it because the interaction that you guys give, the way you lot go on, you lot make the channel, not me, you know. Do you think the Pepe is the worst investment Arsenal have made? No, I don't, you know. I don't. I think they've got to look at how to manage it, you know, and get more out of him. There's obviously talent there, but they're not using him right, and he needs to wake up as well. So at this stage, I'm not going to say that. I would say 35 million on Mustafi is worse. You know, Jorginho is rubbish. Yeah, I'm not rating that guy at all. Great show tonight, Curtis. Hey, big up, man. Over 1,700 of you watching this right now. Amazing support, man. You lot, I can't thank you enough for your support and all your brilliant comments. All I ask is just click subscribe, man. Show your support. Hit the like button. That's all I ask. Nothing else. I ain't asking for nothing else. And your comments and your interaction. No more Chelsea players, please. Listen, I'll take Kante or someone like that, but I don't want no Jorginho. Thoughts on Bissouma? Is that the guy at Brighton? Not sure he's good enough for us, man. Balogun for life. I mean, why is this guy training with the under-23s? Why has he not been tied down to a longer contract? I don't get it. Big up Hazard with a super chat. He says, what do you think about the Spurs window? I think they've had a good window. I'm sorry to say it. For a team that has got financial problems with a new stadium, I don't understand how they've pulled that window off. You know, they've signed a left back, right back, centre midfielder, a striker, and Gareth Bale. I'd say that's a proactive window, so I'm very disappointed with Arsenal's window. Thank you, Curtis. I really appreciate you answering my questions. I subscribed. I love your show. Thank you for your support and subscribing. That's it. That's all I ask. Thank you. I try and read as many comments as I can, man, because, you know, it's good when you get your comment read out, man. I like it when I go on other channels. Do you think Balogun should get a game over Nketiah? 100%. Eddie, for me, is not that guy, man. He's not the guy. Where do you see Arsenal finishing this season? I think we'll be lucky to finish top 6. Honestly, from what I've seen and the business we've done. Realistically, we're an Aubameyang injury away. Touch wood that doesn't happen. We're an Aubameyang injury away from a crisis. That's how fragile our team is right now. Aaron, apologies, man. Curtis never answers mine, even though I'm always here. Sorry, man. Come on, get your questions back. I will try and get it in. See, I've read this one, but you could have got the question in after that. Go again, and I'll make sure I try and read it, man. Apologies. What's your thoughts on Saliba loaning? I'm very disappointed. I was very excited to see him join the club. And but hey, there's personal issues there apparently. So, but yeah, I'm disappointed. Where's all the money gone? We have the most sold kit in the UK. TV money, Martinez money, FA Cup kit sponsors. Where is the money? It's in America, in that new stadium, bruv, that they're building. That's where the money is. Big up, Curtis. With our current squad, where do you honestly think Arsenal finish in the Premier League? Love and respect from Romania. Thank you for your support, Jack. I think maybe 6th, 7th. I think it'll be difficult. I do not think we're that good. We've got big, big weaknesses in the team, and it's a problem. And I don't trust them to sort it out. They're going to go for Jorginho on loan. Come on, man. Big up, Curtis. One of the most genuine Arsenal fans around. Thanks a lot, Nathan, man. I really appreciate that. Alternative for Aouar, realistic. I mean, ball playing centre mid. They're hard to come by. I mean, I'd love a Coutinho, but I don't see that happening. It's difficult. People saying Buendia from Norwich. Give me your alternatives, man. Do you think we could win the Europa League this year? I think Europa League is easier to win than getting top 4 in the Prem, honestly. I do. I think top 4 is going to be difficult. Should Ozil play? I think after Monday, if he's still at the club, you've got to get him back involved. I wouldn't play him every week, but you've definitely got to use him. Even if it's Europa League and you bring him on in certain Premier League games, we've got to use him. Let's hit the Kroenkes financially since they put Arsenal up against a loan for a stadium. You can tell they don't care. They don't care one bit, bruv. They don't care one bit. Hey, I'm from India. Do you really think we will sign Partey, or who can we sign realistically? I don't think we'll sign Partey. I think we're going to go for Jorginho, bro. That's who we're looking at. Or an Oscar, Edu, that's his phone book, the Brazilian man. I don't trust this board to fix the problems. And to be honest, I feel like that Jorginho signing comes from Mikel Arteta. So that makes me very disappointed with him, if that's who he's looking at. Renato Sanchez at Lille has come good again. Maybe him. He has done really well. It's funny because he had a nightmare at Swansea. But, maybe Swansea was a little bit too low for him. Come and sign Partey. We've got to, but I don't see it happening, unfortunately. Big 1-1 in the chat, always supporting as well. Jorginho or Oscar, if I had to choose, I mean, I don't even know which one. I mean, Oscar's ain't he an attacking midfielder? I think you could play Willian in that role. So Oscar, for me, is a pointless signing, unless he's changed his position in China. Because he's been in China for a few years, so I don't know. Sign Partey. Oh, please, man. Just get that one done. We need him. Why don't we go for Cantwell? A lot of you guys rating Cantwell. I'm not really sure he's Arsenal level, but, I'd love to sign Cantwell if we could get him for cheap. But I don't think he should be the main signing. I'd take him as an addition, but he can't be one of the main ones. Do you know what I mean? He's a good young player. I wouldn't mind adding him to some other big signings, but hey, man. Partey, Suarez all over again. I think it's even worse because this one's actually got a release clause, so the deal's there to be done. Signed Nabil Fekir, a very good player. We should have signed him a few years ago. McGinn from Villa, underrated, but I don't think we can get it done. He is a good player. He would be expensive. Villa, another club that have spent more than us, by the way. Zaha would cheer me up, to be honest. Same, man. Same. I've wanted Zaha for probably 2 years at Arsenal. Let's see this comment. I think Jorginho can be a great player with the right players around him, hence why he was so effective for Napoli. But in our midfield, he's not very mobile and shares similarities to Xhaka. To me, he suits the Italian league. And he had animals around him like Alan and people like that. So, yeah, I don't see him working at Arsenal. Thoughts on Kroenke? Kroenke out, mate. Simple as that. Cantwell, no. You don't want Cantwell. As I said, no, I wouldn't sign Cantwell as one of my main signings. If we had Aouar on Partey in and you got a Cantwell as a bonus, I wouldn't moan. Big up Big C from Ethiopia. We are fuming, and you've got every right to, bro. I'm sorry. People were criticizing me earlier in the video saying, why are you being negative? We can't be happy with what's going on. We've spent 25 million in this window, and we've sold 23 million pounds worth of players. I'd like Zaha, but not before we address the more pressing issue. I agree on that. Big up yourself, Curtis. Thanks a lot, Lee Chapman. You think another forward need for Arsenal, and who should it be? Yeah, Zaha for me if it was an attacking player. Emil Smith-Rowe to come in and do a job I was supposed to do. Big up yourself as well. Thanks a lot, Aaron. Emil Smith-Rowe, man, instead of Aouar, he'd have a lot to live up to. Ben Rama, what do you think? I don't see that one happening. I think Ben Rama might go to Palace. Otherwise, he may stay at Brentford. Although you can leave championship clubs for another 11 days after the window closes in the Prem. So maybe that deal will happen later. I'm so peed off right now. Arsenal can F off. I don't blame you, man. I think we'll get Zaha and Samari. I would be happy with that. From this current position now, I would take that. Edu is not good enough. Seems like he's struggling outside of Brazilian players. Gutted for Aubameyang. He deserves a better team around him. Such a waste. Imagine if he was playing under Klopp. He'd win the Golden Boot, that's for sure. I'm not sure how the FA Cup win has helped us. A loss might have made us push more for transfers. It's sad, isn't it, that we have to even think like that. Maybe we need to lose to make the board wake up. It shouldn't need that. Build from a position of power and strength. They betrayed Aubameyang. He must be unhappy right now, man. Seeing all these links. He actually spoke about Aouar publicly in an interview, and it's not happening. Hey, Curtis, all this time we were linked to Partey and Aouar only to get deceived at the last hour. I'm so disappointed, genuinely, man. Play Aubameyang as a number 9. I would definitely try that. I've said that a number of times. Why do they never play him there? Is there anyone in the chat who's actually positive about Jorginho if that deal happens? Does anyone look at him and think maybe he could be good? What makes you so confident we won't get Aouar? Check Romano interview. Romano's interview with Robbie was hours ago, mate. Since then, news has come out and different news. And Fabrizio's even tweeted himself that the clubs are no longer talking. I don't see it happening. I don't see it. We haven't even managed to sell players to raise more. It's not like we've sold two and we say, yo, actually, we raised another 10, 15. We're back. We're going to sign it. Thoughts on Ceballos? I'm a little bit caught in between. I think he's the best midfielder on the ball who can pick a pass and that. I just think sometimes he gets caught on the ball, but this is what we're working with right now. He's not bad. By the end of the season, I think we'll know where we're at with Dani Ceballos. We always miss out on players and get worse alternatives. We can't be positive, and that's it. That's it. Why is it when other clubs have a target, a top target, they get that deal done? But when we've got a top target, we chase him, miss out on him, and get a cheaper alternative. Do you know what I mean? It's like, sending your missus going to shop for you. And she go, what do you want, man? Oh, it's like going shop and you want a Galaxy, I want some Galaxy chocolate. Can you get me a chocolate, babe? I need Galaxy chocolate. And she comes back with some no added sugar, mad chocolate that don't even taste like chocolate. And you're like, yo, I asked you for some Galaxy chocolate, man. I gave you the money. Yeah, but that's still chocolate. That's what Arsenal are doing. I want a midfielder. I want Partey. Well, there you go. You can have Jorginho. He's still a midfielder. Come on, man. Get the players. You identify who you want and get them. You buy cheap, you buy twice. That's what Arsenal do. They try and buy a cheaper alternative, but in the end, it goes wrong, and they have to buy again anyway, which is why we keep going round and round in circles. Buy the right player, and you don't have to buy. You buy Aubameyang, you don't need to buy a player in that position for years because he's that good. But when you go and buy Mustafi, guess what? In 2 years, you need a centre-back. When you buy Xhaka, in 2 years, you still need a centre-mid because you haven't addressed the problem. Everton don't need a midfielder right now because they've addressed the problem. So they're looking for other areas now. We're still trying to buy players where we bought a player in that position not long ago. It's painful, man. It is absolutely painful. But listen, all I can say on a positive note, look, people are being positive. Well, not many, but the odd one. Jorginho's quality in the right system. I don't believe Jorginho would thrive in Arsenal's midfield. We haven't got the midfield to make him look good. He would look like Xhaka and them, man. Lack of mobility, doesn't play the ball forward quick enough. Curtis, you deserve more subscribers, mate. You're good at what you do, mate. Thanks a lot, Nick. Appreciate your comment. Over 1,600 of you still live, man. Subscribe, support me, and that's all I'm asking. Like the video. Where do we go from here? First of all, Sheffield United tomorrow. Come and join me for that. Live watch along. We need to win that game. That will cause a lot of negativity if we don't win that. We have to win that game. I think we will win. I think it'll be a tight game. Sheffield United, I don't think they've even scored a goal, let alone get a point. But what's the betting they score against us tomorrow? They've just signed Ryan Brewster. He'll be up for it. We need to win that game. It's the international break. Straight after the international break, our first game is Man City away. Now, we can do one of two things. We can go there with El Neni and Xhaka in midfield and we'll get smashed. Simple as that. Or we can go there with one or two new centre mids, fix the problem, show some ambition, and give us a chance of achieving what we need to achieve this season, which is top four, which is Champions League football, winning the Europa League. At the moment, we don't have enough to achieve that. Arsenal, wake up, please. We can't take much more of this garbage. Stan Kroenke, put your hand in your wallet. Stop spending all your money in America in £1 billion, £5 billion stadiums. We need 90 million to get our own party. We don't need another midfielder for 2 or 3 years if you address that. 2 days. 2 days to sort it out, guys. 2 days to sort it out. Thank you all you guys for tuning in. Fantastic comments. Over 1,700 of you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Arsenal, man. Looks like we've missed out on one of our main targets for this summer. Houssem Aouar deal is off. Thomas Partey apparently is not even the top priority. And we're chasing Jorginho on loan. Oh, dear. We're chasing a kangaroo who takes penalties. Join me tomorrow for the live watch-along. Arsenal against Sheffield United. Monday, I'll be streaming 2 or 3 times throughout the day in the transfer window. I'll be doing one from the Emirates as well, just to see what those guys are doing if they're awake. Thank you for your support. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Keep checking the timeline. Hopefully we get some positive news, some breaking news out of nowhere. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with the live game. Take care, everyone.